Thank you very much. I'll be brief. But before I get started, I want to acknowledge someone that I saw come in the building, and Mr. Ed Wolf. Many of you may not know Ed. Ed was the Democratic chair way back when we used to meet in his home, and there would be maybe a half a dozen of us, no more than that. But Ed was the chair when we started picking and pecking and doing the things that we needed to do to get Democrats elected in this town. So I thank Mr. Ed Wolf for all his hard work to get. And Ed, could you ever imagine something like this? You know, back in the day when we were drinking Ballantine ale in your living room. Yeah. So it's a good thing to see it. It's good to see you again, Ed. Thank you very much. My remarks are going to be brief because I just want, my bio and my history and things are out there on the paperwork. But I just want to talk about a couple things that you hear from time to time, and you'll hear as you go out and talk with your neighbors about the election and stuff like that. You'll hear the comment made that at this level, it doesn't matter. Right? At this level of government, it doesn't matter really who you vote for because everybody, is for Pittman. And that's true. We are for Pittman. But let me be very clear. It does matter. It matters greatly. And I'm not talking about, staying in control or having control of council to make appointments and things like that. I mean, that's part of it, but that's not the issue that I want to talk about. It matters to get stuff done. I've been working with Deborah Higbee and Amy Rudley and Paul Blass for years, and we as a team have accomplished so much in such a short time that I'm running again because I'm not finished. I'm not finished. There's more that I want to do. There's more that I want to get done, and with their help, with Amy and Paul and now Matthew, we're going to get more stuff done. It matters. You're going to listen and you're going to hear them. And I think they say this maybe to quiet a threat or quiet any ambivalence they may have, but it matters. It matters getting stuff done. The Elder Care Committee, the financials that Deborah was on top of for so many years. I got to tell you, when we took control, and you'll see this coming out in print, but when we took control, the surplus in Pittman was almost non-existent. It was down in, maybe $600,000. And that was just a surplus for a community, right? And we were elected, and that surplus stands today at $1.8 million, a little over $1.8 million. And that's the hard work that we put through, right? We're the tax and spend Democrats, but no. We're the ones that are really fiscally responsible when it comes to spending our taxes and spending our tax dollars wisely. Water and Sewer Department, it was in a deficit. Today it's over $2 million in surplus as of today. And that is because of the hard work of Deborah and Paul. Quick story, Amy's been such a pleasure to work with because I send a lot of things. I write my own resolutions. I write my own ordinance. I craft everything. And my lovely wife Rhonda, who I also have to thank. Sometimes the dining room table can get a little bit chaotic because I've got all these things. And every once in a while, when I finish an item, I'll send it to Amy and I'll send it to Paul for the review. And the comments that they get back are very constructive, and I incorporate them. But we're a team up there, and we work together very, very well. Paul and I, interesting story, because I've always said there's three things that I think everyone here, or I know Paul and Amy and Matthew heard me say, there's three things I follow. You can't argue stupid. Don't even try. Take the high road, because the view's always better. And there's two types of elected official. Those that like the title and those that like the job. And believe me, I love the job. I love what I'm doing. Quick story, Paul and I, it was after one of the major storm events, whether it was the flatline winds or Sandy or whatever. Paul and I are in the historic area, in the Grove, and we're working. It is hot, it's rainy, it's sweaty. We were working very hard to help our neighbors, to help the people that needed our assistance. And it was getting late, and I was waiting, because I'm curious, right? I'm still a little kid at heart, I guess. But there was a big, big oak. Paul, you remember this, a big oak that had blown against another big oak, but it was uprooted, and it was hanging over somebody's house. So I'm sitting, and Paul got right on the phone. Now, this is like a day after a major storm and managed to get somebody in there to remove that hazard. So I'm curious. I want to see how they're going to do it. Man, here comes these big cranes in there. I mean, it's raining. Well, one of our other elected officials happened to show up right before the crane showed up. He's got the the polo, the Office of Emergency Management, and his name emblazoned on it and stuff. And Paul and I are looking at each other. Yeah, man, you're disgusting. He's like, yeah, you look pretty nasty too. I said, well, we've been working all day. Paul will tell you, I may embellish a little bit in the story, but when he got out and came walking up, people ran to him with an umbrella. And I was like, oh, are you serious? But that's just an example of whether you really like the title or you like the job. And I think the team that we have here really like the job. Briefly, with our county freeholders and our state representatives, we work together very, very well. It's a fact that both Senator Madden, our assembly people, and our freeholders have given me their cell numbers, and I don't call often, but I have called Frank DeMarco. We've spoken on the phone. Gabby and I have spoken. Fred and I have spoken, and Heather and I have spoken on the phone, because together we get stuff done as well. I mean, the stuff isn't magic. We need money, and when we apply for grants or apply for aids, I always feel like it's nice to follow up with a phone call. I'm not sure if it has an influence or has any difference, but at least they know that we put in this package and we're asking for aid. The paver project on Broadway this year was a direct result of Heather getting involved in our economic welfare of downtown, and we've got $50,000 from the county to do that. The project in the Grove in the Historic District to redo the alleyways and the stone project and stuff like that, that came from the county and stuff. So it's always good to have those numbers. I rarely use them, but it's nice to have them if we need them. Finally, I want to thank everyone for your support. It's an amazing event here. I love these events. Again, it's easy to say you support Pittman, but when you're down here having an event like this, or you're having an ice cream social or a coffee with the candidates, it exposes us to the voters and the residents. So we listen to issues and we answer questions and we hopefully rally support. It exposes residents or people that haven't been in these establishments to the establishment itself, like the ice cream parlor and the coffee house and this beautiful place, Human Village. And it's also a boost. It's a boost economically to the owner of the establishment. And being a former small business owner, I like the boost. It's nice to have a day that is just like, wow, that was phenomenal. So I thank you very much for coming. It's amazing. One of the things I was telling some of our representatives, last year's election was a disappointment, and we can all say that honestly. It was a disappointment. We kind of got our hats handed to us, not because of the candidates, not because of the campaign. I think it just happened. It was one of those anomalies. But one of the benefits of that, we actually have energized a whole new base. Ed, we've energized a whole new base because of this, that our Facebook page has 600 people that are members on our face. 600 people. Our volunteer page, when we're going out walking, people sign up that want to walk with us, to knock on their neighbors' doors, or to get the literature out. Matt, we've never had this before. Ed, we've never had this kind of enthusiasm before, so I thank you very much for that. I appreciate the support. Please get back. Talk to your friends and your neighbors and let them know there is a difference. We need to support this party to get stuff done.